When we last left our heroes, my car had stopped working in a pull-off on BC Highway 99.
It's running! Okay, so, you're gonna hate this. I got in the car, I noticed that the inverter was still plugged in, and I was like, well, that's just draining the battery. So I unplug it, and then I'm like, no. And I start the car, and it dies. I'm like, huh. And then I start the car again, I give it a little goose, and it's like, and it just holds. Huh. And then I turned it off, turn it back on, and it just went. And it's like, I'm ready to go.
Magic.
Yeah. Fuck me, it's running.
Or should I say, after somewhat overcoming our first mechanical issue mere hours into the trip, we could get back on the road north. Boys, everyone get in.
Boy, oh boy. After an eventful side on the road there for about a half an hour with Beach's car broken down, all of a sudden it magically works. So I assume he probably thinks he's very clever and fixed it himself, when in fact it was probably just a wait 5 minutes and try again kind of thing.
Well, I guess what he did that changed it was he unplugged the power inverter.
Such a simple fix to get back and running again. We are taking this to Squamish at least.
Yeah.
And if there's a mechanic available, we're going to have him look at it. If there's no mechanic available, then we could try limping it to the next town, or we could
try rolling the dice.
Yeah, we could just try to roll the dice and see how far we get. But like after this happening on the first day, and it being as reliable as it was otherwise, I'm like, I don't know why a 12-volt cigarette lighter should have that kind of effect on a vehicle like this.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I don't know. I know about cars.
Yeah.
I don't know cars. I have no problem ceding to the fact that Ian and Beach are far more knowledgeable about this stuff than I am.
And while I was reveling in just how much more I knew about cars than James, my co-pilot was marveling at the scenery.
The level design around here is amazing.
Very few crates, too.
Not only were we back on the road, we were making good time.
Oh, hey, it's the sign for Squamish.
I really like that all of the signs are the English name, the settler name, and then they're also like the original place names by the First Nations who live there.
Yeah.
Besides, it's not like the new names were an improvement, or even clever.
I feel like Furry Creek would be a really cool place to hang out in.
I knew I should have brought a kigurumi.
Hey, BH, is there a lot of overlap between like the furry and anime communities?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Quickly changing the subject, I spotted a camper van we could have been driving in an alternate timeline.
That camper van's for sale.
Beach, there's still a chance.
We can still go
We
get
just
one.
ditch this car. Like, we're out of here.
Trade? And he's like, police interceptor? Yeah, trade. No problem.
It was clear we didn't get out much when our entire frame of reference for Big Mountain was video games.
This mountain is so lit. It looks like an objective.
It does look like something that we could fast travel to, yes.
That's the big mountain where those screamy dudes are in Skyrim.
Our cars might not be able to do it, but we could ride a horse 90 degrees up that thing.
Meanwhile, Ben and I were becoming enamored with one of BC's many gondolas.
Gondola!
Damn that gondola.
Would you kids like to ride on the gondola?
Have a gondola at home.
And you never use it.
Since Ben had put the fast food bug in our heads, we couldn't avoid noticing the golden arches just outside Squamish.
Try new bagels and cream cheese. McDonald's is the first people to do it. Hey, have you ever heard of bagels and cream cheese?
You monsters. That sounds
That's
sinful.
too far. That's too far. That's too far.
For his part, Ben had strong fast food opinions.
Wendy's? Oh, sure, we'll stop off at Wendy's, but not McD's.
Are we going to Wendy's?
No, but there's a Wendy's on this turn.
6 Baconators, Ben.
I could eat 3 Baconators.
I only deal in 6s, sorry.
I could probably... No, I don't think I could do 6 Frosties.
I don't want to watch anybody eat 6 Frosties.
I do.
Luckily for everyone but Adam, nobody had to eat any Frosties.
It's a hell of a view.
And instead, we rallied at Squamish Spit to take stock of our day so far.
And this is our first,
This is our first gravel road.
first dirt road.
Yeah.
Yeah, did we take a right turn into the Shire?
Dude, this is like an enchanted forest. I love it.
One problem that we're seeing is it feels like we're getting smoke bombed back here.
They're apparently having a real bad time of it. Oh, they're gonna be so dirty in there.
Just covered in dust.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
This looks like spooky fog.
Yeah, spooky fog for like 10 feet. And it's just gorgeous blue skies.
I can taste the dust.
Yes, I can also taste the dust.
If it weren't for the sunlight just breaking through and making these lovely columns, I would hate all of this. Oh god, the washboarding.
Oh, I normally pay 25 cents to get these kind of vibrations in my backside.
We are rumbling back here, let me tell you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose a couple fillings on this road here.
Dude, our car is perfect. We're barely feeling any of this.
Oh my god, for future road endeavors. Oh my We're gonna be the top. It is rattling so hard.
This car is comfortable as hell. I'm very happy with the way this turned out. I got so much leg room.
I think we're almost there.
We were! We emerged from the trees at the mouth of the Squamish River, and it was easy to see why even at its most southern end, the area known as the Sunshine Coast has such a reputation.
Canada's real big and pretty, ain't it?
Yeah.
A little bit.
We've barely gone like 2 hours, and this is what we find.
Yeah.
I feel outdoorsy being here.
Yeah. I spent one day in oxygen and I'm just like, man, I want to go camping and I'm going to go chop some trees down.
Where's our campfire?
Like with this ship and these mountains and these surfers, it's like a Destiny level in here.
This looks like the picture they show you when they're describing the level objectives to you. Like, here you go.
Go here, here, and here. Yeah. All right. With Beej's car issue resolved,
Not resolved.
don't care, we need to actually figure out where we're going to stay.
I feel like that's a thing you should care about.
Yeah. You would think so, and yet here we
I'm
are.
personally invested in the shape of our car.
Don't care. Where are we going?
There was like a small town I saw on Google Maps that was like L something. Lillooet?
Lillooet.
No, is that where that big guy gets tied down by all the tiny people?
Lilliput.
Yeah.
Lillooet.
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 Sounds French?
Little wet.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hungry, so hopefully it's got food.
Oh
they
yeah,
have
French
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah!
Royale with cheese.
This is a wet wipe town.
6 milkshakes.
While we took in the scenery, Alex made something nice out of the dust that was now coating my car. He also commissioned a small piece for the Sunfire.
Conversely, I cleaned the Sunfire, regardless of having to drive it back out by the same dusty road, but this time we were going to have the top up. And so, with a plan for the rest of the day, we headed back to downtown Squamish so Beej could fix his car.
Back on this ridiculously god-awful gravel road.
I'm not happy with how it's...
I'm significantly happier now that we put the roof up.
The roof up is better, yes.
The roof is significantly better.
As a fellow beardsman,
Yeah,
you just feel dirty.
yeah, it's actually quite disgusting.
To raise Adam's confidence, I told him about some old car issues I had fixed. I was never a car person, like growing up.
Yeah.
So when I drove my Velar for a while and I was losing fuel out of it, and I was like, at some point I'm gonna have to take care of that problem, and I just kind of like kept putting it off, popped the hood, looked. The problem was just the fuel hose that connects from one end, like from a fuel filter up to the block, like where to the carburetor, and I'm like, oh, I bought a length of hose, I plugged it on, I put 2 new hose clamps on it, and that was the problem. It was an $8 fix. And it cost me like $40 in fuel just lost over time.
Holy moly.
Yeah, but that did get me focused on like when you have a problem with the car, it really does help to solve it as soon as you're able.
Yeah.
Speaking of problems with the car, the Crown Vic began to exhibit a new quirk, accelerating on its own.
Is it?
Yep. And my foot's out on the gas, and it's just like, time to go.
Huh.
I don't have to set the pace.
Yeah.
I just need to keep up with Beej, whose car apparently just drives itself now.
It's on its own. He doesn't even need to do anything.
Yeah.
Also, I had my own very serious problems.
Why is it that the drive back with the roof up, I got something in my eye, but the drive there with the roof down, I was fine?
Oh, sweet, beautiful pavement.
I like how this like average pavement feels like glass now.
Yup.
We're back on roads.
And only minutes from our next stop.
Oh, there's Canadian Tire.
That wasn't too far at all.
So we're gonna go there.
Yeah.
Fix beach car.
Yep.
Fix beach.
Yeah.
At least that was the hope.
New wrinkle. When driving in there and driving out of there, the car accelerated on its own a lot. Which makes me think that it's due to all the dust it inhaled, and it might need a new air cleaner. These are usually pretty cheap, so we're gonna look for a MAP sensor, and then we're also gonna just look for an air filter, and just get it, just because it's better to be safe than sorry if that's what's actually gonna cause a difference. My idea is that because it was starved for air all of a sudden, that the MAP was like, oh, I need more fuel, or whatever. It needed to like adjust whatever was happening. And the car was just like, hey, here's more fuel all of a sudden, and I'll just start accelerating instead. So whereas running richer? I don't know, could be, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna have a look for that real quick. I'm looking for a mass airflow sensor for my Crown Vic.
Nap sensor?
Yeah, or a mass airflow sensor.
Our car was working fine, so I used my time to track down some supplies to brighten Beach's day.
43 cents each.
They didn't have the part, so while I went elsewhere to buy one, everyone else passed the time in their own way.
So Ian appears to be washing every glass surface on the car. What was funny though was we actually parked the production van right beside another Saab, and we thought that he was actually just cleaning some random person's car, and we're like, hey, the Saab people got to look out for one another.
Having returned with the part, we got to work. All right. Ow! Just dropped that right on my fucking thumb.
You all right?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, we bought a mass airflow sensor, remanufactured. That was only $220. Christ. The expectation is that solves the problem. So, and I didn't bother buying an air filter because the air filter's in reasonable condition. I don't think this is actually preventing, I don't think this is that bad. So it's just right inside here. Mm-hmm. This is this long kind of, I'll get the actual part.
It's a long, weird nubbin thing, and it was super expensive. And it was refurbished?
Yeah, this is a refurb, remanufactured. So it looks like this. And the part that we see on the outside is this. So it goes in like that, or goes in like that. It goes in one of those two ways. We plug in the plug, and that will hopefully stop it from running lean, get the correct mixture, but also, that might also be why all of a sudden the vehicle wants to just rev on its own.
Oh, you know what that is? That's Torx.
Well, we might have Torx. We're right near Canadian Tire.
I
anyway.
have Torx.
You have Torx?
Hold on. Give me
Okay,
a
I
second.
might have Torx, but if you have Torx, that helps too. This is a real shot in the dark because there are numerous sensors on an engine like this that calculate fuel and air mixture based on what's going on. There's a MAP sensor, manifold pressure sensor, and there's an oxygen sensor as well. That could have failed for all we know, and has been failed for like a long, long time. I'm glad I brought some tools. Glad I brought a whole bunch of tools. Watch it be some weird thing that isn't like normal. It's a Ford built in Canada, so that could be metric, that could be imperial. I don't actually know. Is it spinning now?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Good union job. We need 3 people for this.
Very hot, actually, yeah. If this is all this is, I'm gonna be so happy.
My dad would be so fucking proud right now.
Yeah.
Son doing handiwork, finally.
On a cop car like you used to own.
Yeah. Don't drop this, Adam. Mm-hmm. It'll be like that part in the Christmas Story. Oh, fudge. And then Beej yells at me.
Clips on, nice and tight.
Okay. All right. Come on, baby.
Truth.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna kick it down. Give me a second.
Are you doing that?
No, I'm not touching the
Cool.
throttle at all. I didn't do that either. Okay. I didn't fix the problem. Throttle body problem? I hope not, but could be.
I can tell you one thing. This went squeak and pow. Maybe something there.
Over in the Sunfire, we had our own automotive disaster.
This is the panel that normally rests actually on the door. You know, it's got the locking mechanism and whatnot on it. It just won't stay. We tried duct taping it at the beginning of the trip. The duct tape did not hold, and at this point we're inclined to just say because really I think it just gives Gandalf more character as a whole. He's been through a lot. He has some tough times on the dirt gravel road, and it's starting to show.
Conversely, Ian and I were desperately trying to solve our issue and not having a lot of luck. So after an hour of poking and prodding, we decided it was ultimately beyond us.
It has to go to a mechanic. The car needs work, but rather than stay here where we're at and do the work, the car is drivable. We can take it on to wherever we need to go next, and whenever we stop for the night, we can still just take a look at it. Probably even find somebody else to actually help us fix it. Hi.
So, being as you're in a Crown Vic that's going nowhere, I got you a very thoughtful gift.
Did you?
Because a Crown Vic that's going nowhere is on stakeout, and what better supply for stakeout than cracking down on crime, Frank Peanuts.
Wow. Does it actually say that on the bag?
It really does.
It really does say that on the bag.
Crime branded peanuts. Really, I just want to up your car, but
Giving us peanut shells just everywhere in the car.
I just think you're gonna be like cool 70s guys. You'll grow mustaches.
I finally get to grow a mustache.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So enjoy.
What causes a peanut to turn to a life of crime?
I just hoped the Crown Vic would hold out until we got to Lillooet, because before we could get there, we had to climb up and back down the Coast Mountain Range.
Back on the road, heading to Lillooet.
Yeah.
That is the final destination for today. To say that we haven't had a few bumps along the way would be
An understatement.
a lie. I wouldn't say an understatement. I would say, all things considered, we're doing pretty good.
Yes.
There's some things that need to be looked at with Beach's car, but the fact is that it's on the road, it's running.
It was an entertaining little detour.
Yeah.
Not even a detour as much as like a long pause.
I spent most of my time in that parking lot cleaning the windows.
Yeah.
But I did get some armor all, so now you may see that our dashboard is somewhat shiny in smudgy bits.
Get you.
Well, we weren't shiny, but we were moving, at least for now.
And we're hoping that we're going to be able to find a mechanic tomorrow.
We took a stab in the dark.
Yeah.
We put a little money out to be like, maybe this fixes our problem, because the original problem is a problem that could be fixed by replacing that sensor, and then this new problem is like, maybe it's the same thing.
Yeah. I would feel more comfortable
Yeah.
if we had a professional look at it.
In the Sunfire, we were focused on the goal.
So it's a straight shot from here to Lillooet. Looking forward to getting there. Never personally been there.
Yeah. I don't think I've been to any of the locations that we are going to.
I have also not.
So
I've been mostly into like the interior of BC, and we're basically going like straight up north.
Kind of wild to think that never in my life have I been in this direction along this route.
I mean, I like to think sometimes that I feel like I've been neglecting our country. But there's just so goddamn much of it. Like, I think, to be honest, going where we're going on this trip is going to put us in like, one of the top percentiles of travelers within Canada. It's hard to imagine traveling here in the 1800s.
A lot of folks came up this way hoping to get a little bit of that shine.
Yeah. Wet their whistle.
No,
not many of them A, made it, B, found any gold, and C, got rich off of it.
Being from Alberta, I wanted to learn more about the area, but James was no help.
Tell me a fun fact about this area.
There's lots of trees.
That is fun.
Quite a few rocks.
That's also fun.
I'm positive that there is a bear within a 100-kilometer radius of us right this second.
That's fun.
Meanwhile, I was trying to get a better handle on our route. So we're on our way to Lillooet?
Lillooet?
And it turned out that Lillooet was on the far side of the Coast Mountains, still almost 200 kilometers away. And it had 3 L's and 2 O's in its name.
I did not think Lillooet was spelt like that.
Me neither.
I thought it had like a W and stuff in there.
I thought it had an E-T-T-E on the end.
Yeah, like a baguette.
Yeah, and then maybe like L-I-L-O-U. Lillooet.
I just had a bunch of extra consonants and vowels in there and just throw them all in.
Lillooet. That's where we get to sleep.
As we were getting comfortable with the cars we were in, I wondered, what kind of cars were inside us?
If Beach was a car, what would he be?
Do you remember that episode of Simpsons where Homer got to make his own car?
Wow!
That's our Beach.
Oh no.
If James was a car, what would he be?
James would be a 2009 Kia Sorento.
Interesting choice.
All right.
If I was a car, what kind of car would I be?
Ian would be that car from Speed Racer.
The Mach 5?
Yeah, probably. I can see it.
I'll take it.
As much as I wanted to get to our destination so we could eat, I couldn't help but appreciate the beauty around us.
Oh my good God.
Whoa!
Jesus.
Look at this lake. It's so good.
Wow.
It's a good lake, Ron.
Look at the water, James.
It's water.
It's wet.
It's dry.
What?
No.
Were you just trying to add a third fact?
Yeah.
Holy moly, those mountains. It feels like, especially in this part of BC, it's like nothing, 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 nothing. Resort. Nothing, 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 nothing. Ski hill. Nothing, 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 nothing. Like weird, like log, like, or like there was a heliport that we passed by earlier.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Hippie commune somewhere.
Yeah.
Some people fantasize about magic and dragons, but us, we were some hungry boys.
We're passing by Brandywine Falls, and please tell me that we just kind of stumbled into some Lord of the Rings universe.
Yeah, dude, me and Beej already broke out our pipes.
Are we gonna have second breakfast?
Oh my God, don't mention food right now.
I think we're all starting to feel the hunger.
Beej's idea of not mentioning food is, oh, that reminds me about a food story.
I was telling somebody about zoodles the other day.
Yeah?
They thought I was out of my mind.
What?
They like... Sorry,
Dude,
what?
I forgot about zoodles. You just reminded me.
Right? like you're getting lost in your zoodles. They're like, sorry, my what? And I'm like, your zoodles. Yeah. What? Libby zoodles. Zoodles are animal noodles. Come on, tell all your friends. Tell a whole bunch. I just had a hippopotamus for lunch.
Oh my God, I forgot about all of that. Hey, yo, do you guys remember zoodles?
There we go.
Like the tomato sauce and zoo animal shaped noodles in a can?
Yeah, boy.
What about them?
I don't know, just, you remember them?
Yes?
Cool.
So, what? Why was I being made to remember that?
This is our new game. What can we make Alex think about for no reason whatsoever?
What in God's name were they talking about in the car when that came up?
Yeah, and then we give them the radio silence. We don't respond. Because Alex, Alex is like, why are they asking about zoodles? Yeah, I still got 9 days of this.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't know why I looked at my imaginary watch.
9 days till this tattoo fills in.
It was obvious the hunger was starting to take a mental toll on everyone. So against some protest, we stopped in to refuel the car and ourselves at a combination gas station and McDonald's.
As the rays of the setting sun poured into the valley, James was consumed with McDonald's sadness.
I already regret McDonald's.
Yep.
I hate McDonald's. I hate eating McDonald's.
Who's feeling a tummy full of regret right now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
James seems like a little cheesed off from his cheeseburger. Your mistake, James, was not getting the nuggies.
I think the problem is it still tastes delicious, but it really shouldn't. And I hate that.
We had put Beej in front in case he accelerated away from us, which was a better option than accelerating into the back of us.
So we got out of the car for dinner,
Yeah.
and our brakes were burning.
Yeah.
Because Beej has to ride the brakes because this car just wants to go fast.
Yeah. So we were climbing the mountain as much as we were. It was fine. The engine was very happy to do that.
Yeah.
Going down the hill, the engine's like, it's free ball! And it just, so I was riding the brakes more, even though, of course, it's still leaving it in drive. And so what we're going to try instead is that if we have to go downhill some more, I'm going to put it in neutral and just kind of like judiciously apply the brakes like in big spurts.
Yeah.
Which means we're going to like speed up, get too fast, hit the brakes really hard to speed down too slow. That's what happens.
Oh, no. We just hit a 30 zone. I don't know if you can... This mic is picking up... That's our engine revving in neutral.
Follow the beach.
Follow the beach.
Follow the beach. Follow the beach.
This area is frickin' gorgeous.
I feel like we're probably going to say that everywhere we go.
It is. It's just... BC's a cool place, man.
Look at this lake.
Oh, Alex, look out the side of the car and look at that mountain lit up.
Bruh.
As we drove past some ranches, it was difficult not to be distracted by one thing in particular. Horse archery?
What?
Sorry,
Where did you see...
there was a sign that said horse archery that way.
Huh.
Did that just say horse archery? We need to turn around immediately.
This place is dope.
Is there a reason we're blowing past the horse archery sign?
I am very glad you also saw that because me and James were freaking out about it too.
Beej was feeling bad for the horses.
You don't shoot the horses, you shoot off the back of the horse.
It clears that up.
Yeah, that's cleared up now. We feel less bad for the horses.
As we started climbing again, the Crown Vic's acceleration issue wasn't a problem at all. I love how effortless this mountain feels.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This car?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's trying that hard.
No, it really isn't. It's just like, you want me to go up this hill? Well, put your foot down a little bit more. There we go. Yeah.
The Sunfire, on the other hand, was not having it easy with this rapid elevation change.
Oh my god.
We can hear it.
Come on, Gandalf.
Gandalf, don't you quit on us, buddy.
Yeah, this Gandalf is going to go backwards from Gandalf the White to Gandalf the Gray, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And the higher we climbed, the happier I was that we'd put the roof up.
And you can feel the air just getting colder and colder.
Yeah.
It's starting to get chilly up here, friends.
We haven't noticed any difference, mainly because we are inside of our car.
I feel like we're not allowed to talk about temperature because the SAB kids are so far up their ass that they're not paying attention to the beauty that is the outside world.
I'm trying to keep up with these cars that keep me in the turbo lag zone.
You can't complain about how uncomfortable you are and then turn it around to roast us.
It was not a complaint. We were just like, hey, it's getting chilly outside. Like, it's not a sun beating down on us anymore. I know that, like, the hearse that you guys are driving around in might be a little bit depressing, but come on.
We must really be climbing. My ears are popping.
Yep.
In fact, we climbed so high that we saw snow in late May.
Holy snow.
What?
There is actual snow on the ground.
Man.
We have...
No, there's snow outside.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Oh, yeah, there is. Ew.
Also, I learned that Ben has certain code phrases I should avoid.
We went up just to get down.
Sounds like a song.
Going up the mountain with my buddy James. It's the best time I've ever had. We're on a road trip and it's gonna be fun. Nothing possibly could ever happen that's bad. I'm with James, I'm with Ben, and I'm singing your parts too. It's gonna be so fun with me and you.
Is it?
Driving in a convertible and it's going real fast. We had some problems earlier, but those are in the past. It's Ben and James. Ben and James in the car.
Mercifully, it looked like we were finally on the home stretch.
So I feel like we're about 40 to 50 kilometers outside of Little Red right now.
We're getting so close.
Sun's still up. I mean, sort of.
Sun's up, buns up.
There's still light. I think we're probably going to make it into town either just before dark or just as it gets dark.
And with the mountains all around us, it was getting dark quickly. Just looking up at the sky right now. Beautiful colors, beautiful blues, and a single jet with a contrail.
God, these mountains are just...
Yeah.
They're so nice.
Over in Gandalf, Ben was getting a bit ahead of himself.
The team makes their way up and down the heavy roads.
I think we're supposed to be doing that kind of voiceover work in like 4 to 6 months from now.
In practice.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
The team makes their way up and down the heavy roads. When suddenly...
Oh, I thought that was like a landslide. I was like, oh my god, are we... Oh, okay.
This is how we die?
Look, that actually was an avalanche.
Oh, yeah.
Having been at sea level just hours ago, it's easy to forget that even in late May, a highway can still be closed due to avalanche.
Oh, thank God, we've reached the end of the avalanche area.
Yay.
I was legitimately concerned about it getting...
They were a bad hockey team anyway.
What do you mean they were? They still exist.
But then...
Man, we're in an avalanche area again?
Yeah. Everywhere along here is going to be... Like, until we get out of the mountains, we're always going to be in avalanche territory.
Gandalf was struggling up these mountains, but impressing me all the same.
This is going to be one of those situations where if this car makes it all the way up there and is still alive, and then it makes it all the way back, it's going to be hard to not keep it.
You're going to have emotions about it?
Yeah, it's just going to be like, I can't believe you did it. You got us all the way to where we were going.
You're going to do it, buddy. God, you are dusty.
Day one's coming to a close. I've had a lot of fun driving this car today. I don't feel quite as confident as I thought I would after the full day of driving. I do feel like it probably just can't keep up with the other two cars, which is a little sad.
You're going to do it, Gandalf. We believe in you.
Trapped behind a Crown Vic that was riding its brakes and a Pontiac Sunfire, I had to come up with a game to amuse myself. Seeing how often James hit the brakes before I ever needed to. Let's count the number of times they brake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a long one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I might have to hit the brakes soon. Nope, can still do it. Nope, we gotta brake. Damn it. And though we were making good time, for some of us the call of nature was too much to resist. So much unnecessary braking.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I played a little game with myself.
What's the game?
10 times I saw James brake before I had to hit the brakes myself. And that was just on one round.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I play a little game too.
Okay.
Yeah, my game was how often do I have to shift back and forth between neutral and drive on the way down that hill?
That's a good game.
Yeah, I think I beat the record.
Dude, I'm so scared in this car.
Come on, we got places to be! Let's go!
That worked really well. I cannot believe how well that worked. Everybody ran back to their cars.
Clearly, we're in charge.
Jesus. Ben had a startling amount of energy considering.
Oh, God.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Then what happened?
The fairies were out taking children.
Then what happened?
The children rebelled because they no longer wanted to be taken from their families.
Then what happened?
The Lord of Bears came down and said, "Children, I shall aid you in your quest against the evil fairies."
Then what happened?
The fairies...
Turn off the damn light.
Thank you for saving me, Graham. I don't have to tell this story anymore.
So here we were, rapidly descending to Lillooet well after sunset. As if I didn't have enough to deal with having 2 breakdowns in the day, babying my engine up and down the mountain, then smelling my brakes through the entire cabin, it had now gotten dark enough to rub my concentration raw.
Onwards to our final destination.
Man, these roads, though. We are on the edge of a mountain.
Entering Lillooet.
We've just passed a sign welcoming us to Lillooet. So that's something.
Yeah.
We made it.
We did.
We did it.
We've got a little bit of light.
The sky is still relatively light.
We've been going downhill for a while now.
Oh man, look at this.
The bridge into town
Yeah.
is a 1-lane bridge.
Maybe they don't want people coming in or out.
Yeah, exactly.
What if this turns into some sort of Silent Hill scenario?
Hotel de Oro.
Oh, boy.
That bridge, man.
Everybody's cars smell bad and I want to puke.
Well,
Your brakes
I think
are
they're awful.
bad. They're not good.
They're-
What's left of them?
To be very, very
The
hot.
brakes aren't bad. The engine is bad. There's a big difference.
Yeah, don't blame it on the brakes.
No, no,
They're
no.
trying their hardest.
They're not the worst part of our car right now.
The brakes of everyone in front of me are a carnival for the senses because Beach has given me nose and sound, and I've been blinded by the lights of James to the point where I almost just took us right off the road into the abyss.
Feel bad for Beach because watching him drive, like anytime we get to a downhill, he's like, put it in neutral, and then our car's just like, and I'm like, we're gonna die, we're gonna die, we're gonna die.
Fine. It hasn't blown the engine yet. We're gonna be
Yeah.
fine.
We made it.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
We made it. Wait, to where?
Lil Root?
Lillooet.
Little wet.
Little Root is a Pokemon town.
All
But we
right.
made it to Lillooet. End of day 1.
Hey, fun fact, it's hotter here than it was 20 minutes ago way up in the sky.
It was nice and chilly out
Yeah,
there.
it was
13
awesome.
degrees.
Yeah.
And then by the time we get down here, 26 again.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like 26
That's perfect.
right now. Let's go to bed, and then I guess do this all over again tomorrow. Hooray! But who knows where we're going?
I can't wait till we wake up tomorrow morning.
We're not going back the way we came. And I guess there's only another one way out of this town.
Like, we're just going up.
Yeah.
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 Wagons north, guys.
Let's go.
We're going up. I want the world to know. Oh, we're sleeping?
Oh, God. No, I regret my choices.
I don't know any road songs.
Nor do I.
Give me a beat.
Boom.
James and Ben are in the car. We're gonna drive hella far. We're going to the Yukon and it's gonna be great. But first we gotta stop at McDonald's to get a plate of hamburgers and some milkshakes too. I'm gonna eat 6. That's right, boo. It's gonna be tasty. It's gonna be great. Put that on my plate. I did it again. Use the same rhyme over and over. Just like Dre.
Sorry, I got distracted by a three-way stop, and it turns out
That was the
I can
breakdown.
do two things at once, which
Right.
is either boonch as you sing, which is already hard, but I can't boonch and hear you sing, try to keep in time, and also obey the rules of the road.
Wamp womp.